Alright guys, so this is part 2 of the terrain modeling tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to go over one more method to make a simple terrain. And this time I'm going to delete the default cube and add a plane and scale it by say 10 blender units and apply rotation and scale. Go into edit mode, W, subdivide, and make 8 loop cuts. And now add a subdivision surface modifier, add another one, and add a displace modifier, and I'm going to say this mountains. Okay, going to go into textures, select the mountains and set it as a distorted noise texture and increase the size to 5. Smooth it, go to modifiers and increase the subdivision surface levels. Go to textures again and play around with the distortion a bit. Also, I'll further increase the size to 6, and over here in the strength I'll set it to 2 or even more. So this can be a terrain for with water. This can be sea, mountains coming out from a sea, but here we need to change this a lot. So we'll go with 5 and lower the distortions. Also we can change this to different types so we can get different kinds of terrains. I'll go with this. And we can get different kinds of effects on this, but it's very high poly, so we'll reduce the number of subdivisions here so that it's nice and low poly. I'll just save it as 1B. Can again go into textures and change this. Maybe not this. This looks good. So you can scale this, apply the rotation and make really big mesh as well if you want, but I'm going to go with a small mesh. And now if I increase the subdivision levels to 4, you can already see that it's beginning to look quite real. Now we can play around with this. We can also add one more modifier to it, one more displace modifier, and I'll give it a new texture and call this one bumps. And bumps, and I'm going to change this to distorted noise, but size I'm going to reduce 0.1, and strength I'll reduce to 0.2. Reduce it more, 0.01. Okay, we can play around with this. Go to clouds. Yeah, this is looking much better. This can be our surface, and we can add a plane, like for example this can be our water, and this can be underwater, or this can be underwater. So I'm going to delete it for now, and in this I'm going to change some values. Bumps, you can make this okay. Improve Berlin, and I'm going to further decrease it to 0.1, so that we get a very subtle effect, but we get it everywhere. Okay, now we can play around with the first displaced texture as well, and trying to go with improved Berlin. Should be good, should be better. And we can increase the distortion to 0.4. See, we have now distorted, and we can decrease the size to 4 to get more 2. I'm going to go with 6, and we'll get nice big, or I'll go with 5, and I'm going to decrease the distortion to 0.3. So we got this nice, and noise distortion we can change it to get different kinds of effects. I'll stick with Voronoi, I guess, but okay. Okay, I'm going to go with Voronoi F4. I'll try improved Berlin as well. This is just a smooth. So original Berlin, no, we'll go with Voronoi F4 to get these bumpy edges, and let's just go to the modifiers, decrease it for now, so we get a nice low poly mesh, and apply all the modifiers. Oh wait, first we need to duplicate this and move it to layer 2, layer 11, and for this I'm going to first unwrap it, and we can see that's the nice symmetrical unwrap. So I'm going to apply this as well as this, and I'm going to do the same thing for this, unwrap it, and first I'm going to change it to 3, this to 2, or maybe 3. So yes, now we got this nice looking bumps. You can go further, but I'll stick with this, and apply and again apply. So now we got this ultra high, very high poly mesh, and we got this low poly mesh. So if we check, this is unwrapped, and even this is unwrapped. So first we'll create an image, normals 8192 by 8192, and I'm going to select OK. And hit tab to go to edit mode, and you can see that it's not linked, so we'll select this image and it will be linked to this object. Now we go into the first layer tab, it's not linked to this as well, so we're going to select this and link it. And now all we are left is baking it. So we'll select both the layers, check we are in Blender render. First select the high poly mesh, then select the low poly mesh, and hit bake, select normals, select it to active, and hit bake. So this is going to take some time. I'll pause this video and resume it then. Okay, so this is baked now, and now we can use it in our game. So first of all, we can delete this high poly mesh, select the low poly mesh, add the material, select, and make it terrain. Terrain normals, type image movie, and select the normals image from here. Go to textures and from this select GLSL and convert this to a sun lamp. And from this, in textures, select normal and in image sampling select normal map, so we get this nice looking low poly. But and also from influence, disable the color and decrease the normals a bit, say 0.4 or 0.7. This looks good. Now, like we did in the last video, I'll just add a simple diffuse to it, decrease the specularity, and in the world settings I'll make it real sky, so that when we go into game engine and in P to play, so I'm going to change the horizon color to something like this, or maybe something similar to real sky like this, and the ambient color I'm going to set it a bit, and under this object I'm going to reduce the ambience by a lot, and I'm going to increase the hardness and decrease the specularity a bit less. And change the diffuse a bit. So yeah, with the proper texture, this should also look quite realistic. It's just a simple diffuse. Now I'll change it to 0.02, 0.01. This is looking more like some dirt and land, and we can always increase this to 1 to get the normals which we had. So now combine it with the texture and it will look quite good. Okay, this is without and this is with. See, this is without the normals and this is with the normals. See, look at this. You can add any kind of texture, grass over here, dirt over here, and I'll do that in some other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll post the next part very soon. Bye.